Hello and welcome to Real Estate in Kenya with Reuben Kimani. Today we are talking about this. We are talking about title deed. I believe most of you have this document. The one who have been investing, if you have a home, you must have a title deed for your house, for the plot that is occupying the house, for the plot of land you have purchased from the so many companies or individuals in the country. We are in the month of love. This is Valentine's month. The people will be giving gifts, such gifts to their loved ones, and there are people who will be giving title deeds. Welcome to Real Estate in Kenya with Reuben Kimani once again. At the very end of this live show, I'll also be telling you what Username Investment is doing. Someone is going to win a dinner for two in a 5-star hotel. What you need to do, just need to invest and get such documents. We are talking about how to know whether your title deed is genuine or fake. This is one of the most challenging things, and I'll start with a story. This is time when you are buying land. We buy large parcels of property, we convert them to gated communities where you can be able to build your own homes. For those who are investing, where you can put your money 5 years, 10 years down the line, you will be able to get back your investment, sometimes more than 10 times, especially in the land sector. So we have these title deeds here. How can you tell if this title deed that I have here is genuine or is fake? It's a very difficult thing. So when you are buying this property, you just realize the person who was selling to us had a fake title deed. How were we able to do that? They came with a document, they came with the ID, they also had a fake ID. We don't look at the materials as such. This paper is almost white. I don't know the exact color of this, but it's almost white, but it's not the brilliant white that we all know. So how will you be able to tell? There are three main things that I would like to cover today. The main parts of this title deed. Then I'll also be able to tell you how to know whether it's fake or it's genuine. And lastly, what to do when you know you have a fake title deed, just like we did when you are buying that property. First thing first, what is a title deed? Title deed is this document that proves ownership, is the ultimate proof of ownership of property in our country. Not just in our country, all over the world. It's a proof of ownership. It comes in various forms. Today I have this document. It has the Registered Land Act, Chapter 300 repealed. I know we have maybe 2 other types or even more of title deed that you may be holding. You may see this and panic, and maybe your title deed does not look like this. We have the ones with the Cap 281, 282, especially the ones that are leasehold, with a story here about maybe you have 945 years. Some of them, especially in town, might even be 25 years in terms of leasehold. Might not look like this. This is, you have to look at the chapter, this chapter 300 repealed. Most of the title deeds we are dealing with in Username Investment more or less look like this. Let's look at this particular title deed, look at the main parts. I think we'll start with page 1. I'll be able to display it like this so that you can be able to see. It has 4 pages. This title deed has 4 pages. We're going to start with page 1 and maybe tell you what is in page 1 as a way of being able to check. This person came with a fake title deed. It was actually brilliant white. We could be able to tell. It looks like this paper, but some of the details are very confusing. So in page 1, you'll find that we have everything there, but I will be more focused on the main parts of this particular page. Page 1, you have the title number, and it is very unique. When you buy properties from companies like Username Investment, they are numbered. Plot number 1 maybe up to 200. But what appears in the title deed is usually different because it has to be unique. No 2 title deeds should have the same number. It has to be very unique. So you have this. This is, for example, this one is Kajiado Kapti A North 10 46 34. This number is unique. We have many other titles in that particular area. I have two of them so that you can see the difference. These are Donyo Sabu, Komarok, Block 1, 96017. That's the title number. Is very unique. There's no other title number that has the same title. Just like number plates, you can't have two cars with the same number plate. Then we have the approximate area. This is an eighth of an acre. I don't think you can be able to see this, but it's 0.054 of an hectare. This is an eighth of an acre. But normally, just for your information, you'll find many title deeds for an eighth of an acre with generally, this is an approximate area. Land might not be actual unless you are dealing with some properties in a municipal area. It is approximate. You'll find it is more or less okay, and it's also indicated in the agreement. You are buying this number of hectares and you agree to it. So it's not a matter of contention. Then from there you have the registry map sheet number. Like for this one, you have 3 insert 138. Go to this particular registry and you are looking for the maps. The person looking for them will look for this registry map sheet number 3 insert 138. They know how to translate that. So they'll be able to find it very fast. It shows that your title deed has been produced by a mutation that is in a certain map that you can be able to access. If you go to any registry, one of the things that we do in username investment, we follow the process end to end. We ensure that we produce the registry index map for all the titles that we have. You cannot change that. It's usually blue in color. You cannot be able to change that map. It has all the parcels in that area. For you to change, you must be able to approach all those people who have bought properties. So it is not possible. It's also a means of securing your property. I'm seeing page 1. There are many stories there that I don't want to read. But most importantly, this has been produced by this Donyo Sabu. This has been produced by Machakos Registry. It also has a signature and the stamp of the registrar. Very important. So you might find a fake stamp. You might find a fake registrar signature. Is good to be able to check. Something that you can check with the land registry. But also, it has this stamp, which is red. And the stamp, depending on the registry, it has this one is for Machakos Land Registry. This one is for Kajiado Land Registry. You see it here. This very original red stamp. So that is page 1. Page 2 is much easier. If I go to page 2, it has 2 sections, part A and part B. There's a property section you can read for yourself. Then there's a proprietor section. The property section has more details about the property that you are buying. Now, you can feel it has a date when the title was produced. This is 24th of November 2017, the same date that is in page 1. You'll also find the registration section. This is Kaptiei North. This is in Kajiado County. If you go to Machakos, you'll find something different. This is Donyo Sabri Komarok Block 1. They are divided like that. Then we have the parcel number. This is the title number, but the parcel number that is part of the title number. Then we have the approximate area, the same thing that is in page 1. For those who fake title deeds, these details might be different in page 1 and page 2. I hope you are following. The registry map sheet number is also indicated. If there are easements, like if your land is in a wayleave, sometimes they might be able to indicate it here. Then we have the proprietor section, very important. Just same like page 1, where we have, I hope I mentioned this, we have the names. This is Username Investment Limited. This title is ours. This is to certify that Username Investment Limited, PO Box number this, owns the property. For individuals, you'll find that they have included the ID number. Very, very important. So you'll have your name. If you can have a maximum of 5 people who can be registered in a title deed. More than that, you need to have a company or a chama. Their names will appear here. the ID numbers, and PO box. So this section will be very big. But if you also come to page 2, the part of proprietors, you'll find the same information here. But this time around, there's an entry number that you can find. There's an entry number that is also indicated in their records in the registry. Then there is a date the title deed was produced, and then there's the owners here. So, and there are some other pieces of information, and also the signature of the registrar, which is also the signature, which is also in page 1. So they should also be the same. So something else that I also should be able to mention, there are title deeds where you'll find maybe 3 people are owning the land, like 20 acres. You'll find one person own 5, the other one 10, the other one 5. The registrar might indicate the acreage here such that if they wanted to subdivide, they'll do something called partition. I don't want to dwell in that. We go to page 3. Very important, this page is usually blank for most title deeds, but it's called part C, the encumbrance section, very important. If you have a mortgage, it will be written here. If you do a caution, it will be written here. If there's a court case, you'll find all those details here. So once you get a title deed, you can immediately check. But you do a search to be able to check whether what you find here is true. But you might find this is blank, but when you go to the lands in the green card, they also write to you that this thing has a caution. So that's why it is very important to do a search. And then there's also the registrar's signature again, and their stamp, which is at the bottom. The last page is basically blank, as you can see. They also have some of these details: Republic of Kenya. This is the Land Registration Act, number 3 of 2012, section 108. Then the Registered Land Act, chapter 300, repealed for this kind of title deeds. Then there are 3 most important numbers here you need to note. They are title deeds. Some of them will not be able to replicate, and if they do, they will be fake numbers, which can be confirmed in the land registry in case there is a case to be pursued. You'll have the title serial number is here. It's not the same as the title number. This is just like an ID card. You have a serial number, you have the ID number. The serial number is for the document. There's also a document number here, 2 of them, for each and every title that looks like this, the chapter 300. So you have the serial number of the title and the document number. This is, I think, is domicile in the land registry, so that they can be able to check this. So fake documents, they cannot be able to fake all these serial numbers and document numbers. Something that can be confirmed in the land registry. So this, basically, that is the title deed. 4 pages, and every page has particular piece of information that can be verified in the land registry. Very, very important. So as we go on, I believe some of you may not have this information. You just have titles in your locker. Some have put them in the bank. You don't know whether it's fake or it's genuine. You can do just basic checks. Not to say that this information is conclusive. You can do further detailed check with the registry. A lawyer can be able to help you get that information. Do that comparison. But you can do basic checks, and you can be able to tell something is wrong with this title deed and check. Like, for example, if you find maybe your ID number is wrong, for example, a fake ID number, your names are not there, we correct these title deeds once they come from the registry, because there are those errors. And because I know time is moving, what do you do if you discover that you have a fake title deed? Very important. You may go back to your lockers today. I know some people are going to do that. You may check the title deed that you have, because some people scan. You check, you see, is what Reuben, can I check against what Reuben is saying? Then you discover something is wrong. Don't be worried. You can check with a lawyer so that they can be able to tell you if you find some details missing. Sometimes if you go to some registry, you'll find some few details are missing, like map sheet number, for example. Of course, it should not, but that's not something that you should be worried. You should have a title number. You should also have your name and the ID number. Those are the key things. And they should also be on the other side, and they should be matching. And then the signatures here, they seal and stuff like that. You can recap in this video. Please share with your loved ones. This is Love Month. Please also share with your friends. Subscribe to our channel as well for you not be able to forget this. You can ask questions down there, by the way. Together with our lawyer, we can be able to respond to you. Questions about title deeds. I know there are so many in our country. So, I would also like to tell you what to do should you discover that you are holding a paper. I remember at some point during the Moi regime, there are people who are saying a title deed is a piece of paper, which is not true. These documents hold a lot of water. The details held therein, they hold a lot of weight. This is your proof of ownership. But what is a fake title? Before I go on, just like you describe other things, a fake title is an imitation of the original. So somebody can print this, have all the details, but a fake title deed, because somebody can produce this document the same way I've described, but there's no corresponding land on the ground. That's a fake title deed. However, the way the paper looks, whether the registrar has signed, it doesn't matter. If there's no land on the ground, corresponding land on the ground or house on the ground, that's a fake title deed. Very fast. Let me tell you what to do should you find your title deed is fake. Very simple. You need to get in touch with their lawyer for them to be able to confirm further the details. What the lawyer will do, they'll do a search at the lands office, which is something that you can also do, by the way. But I'm saying a lawyer because they'll be able to tell you whether it's okay or not before you proceed to the lands registry. But you can also do a title deed. There are 7 ways I'll also be able to give you to be able to verify if the title deed is okay, but most importantly, verify the identity of the owner. Now that I've been able to tell you the 4 main pages of title deed and the 4 main sections, you can also be able to verify the identity of the vendor. And I will be able to walk through this extremely fast. Number 1, you can do a national ID search at the registration of persons bureau. Most people don't do that. As username investment limited, when you are buying big parcels of land, you can be able to do it. And I would also like to say this. For some of you, you are so busy, you may not be able to remember everything that I'm telling you today. And that's why we keep telling you, keep advising you, always invest with a registered entity, with a company that is known to deliver, especially these documents, these title deeds I'm talking about. A company that is able to deliver title deeds, it has a record. Like we have delivered almost 10,000 title deeds at the moment. A company that has shown they have delivered houses on the ground. With 3 out of 10 projects that they have done, see that they have 100 over people are living there. Visit some of our projects. It is free for you to be able to do that. So if you cannot be able to invest with a legit a company that has evidence of delivery, maybe if you are buying from someone on the ground, the way you see those posters on the ground, and it is not a company, you need to follow this. So you can do an ID search. If it's a company you are not aware, you can do a company search. These days you do using eCitizen. There are people who can do a criminal investigation department check. You can do an informal search. These are some of the ideas that we have in username. See, no one will be able to tell you in a book. No lawyer maybe will be able to inform you, but I would like to tell you today that you can be able to do an informal search. Well, how do you do this? Basically, visit the neighbors of the person you are buying, especially if you are not buying with companies that have been established for this purpose. Companies like username are able to shield you from doing all this kind of stuff. You just need to do search on the company, know that it's legit, know other people whose documents have been delivered. Visit some of our projects that we say we have been able to do and see that the company is legit and you can be able to buy with it. The other thing that you can be able to check, these days you must have spousal consent for you to be able to transfer property. Extremely important. There are people who jump that part of the process. If you are buying a property from someone and they are married, they must give you spousal consent. These are some of the very simple things that you can be able to check. If they don't do that, there's an affidavit that is sworn. Maybe they are not married, they are single, they need to swear an affidavit for the same. You need to check spousal consent. You can also do road authorities check in the Ministry of Roads, for example, to check if the land is in a road reserve. If you are buying from, if you're not buying from companies you can be able to trust, maybe like Username Investment, who can be able to do all these things for you, you should be able to pursue this. So very fast. And the last thing you can do, you can also do town planning and zoning check from the county governments. This is from the former municipal councils, to know the zoning rules. For example, you cannot be able to do a flat in Runda. You need a change of user for that involves a long process. You need to be able to know the land use for you not to be conned. For example, you can buy some very affordable land in a place that you can't do a commercial building like this. That is money wasted because you did not check the zoning for that particular land that you are buying. The other thing that you can be able to do that is very important, you can be able to check if the stamp duty was paid. This is how court cases are done. For example, you buy land, then there's a dispute, especially in terms of ownership. What the judges might request the prosecutor to do, for example, is to check whether the duty was paid. There must be an entry in KRA, and if you come to Username Investment, this is online, you'll find that there's an entry against your iTax profile, against tax that was paid when you are transferring the property to you. This is the reason. I know at some point KRA did not have this. It was a manual process. You had to buy, to do something at the land registry, you pay the duty, the valuation and stuff like that. But recently, it's possible to be able to see that entry. So that's something else that you can check. Somebody who has a fake title deed will not have paid duty for it. Of course, you can do further checks like I gave, like the serial number. If you are not sure if there's a dispute, this can be checked on the land registry. Of course, the serial number is, like for example, if you replace a title deed, just for your information, it should be able to tell you that serial number will be different because they are producing. Just like ID, if you produce a new ID, the serial number is usually different, but they can be able to check if this serial number is something that has been issued by the Ministry of Land or by the Land Registry. You can check the dates as well. You can check the seals, like I gave very fast. You can also check the entries. You have entries in page 2 at the proprietor section. There's an entry number to see whether they correspond with what is in the land registry. And finally, you can do a title deed search. Like I said, if you forget all these details, you can get in touch with a lawyer. They can be able to check this for you. We are giving these tips. They are not descriptive, they are not exhaustive, giving you tips to be able to check. Just like before you take your car to the garage, you check some very basic things. Is the tire okay? Is there a puncture? Before you go to the garage, some of these things you can be able to solve yourself. That is exactly what we are doing today. You can conduct an online search. Before I close this video, I think it's very important for me to give you the process, how to conduct an online search through eCitizen. This is, and to be able to give you a perspective, this is for especially the Nairobi Land Registry. You may not be able to do that if you're in Nakuru, for example. You have to do a physical search. But the Lands Ministry have been through the SASA, they have been really pushing for that, and we hope they'll be able to cover the whole country and to have the system as stable as possible. If you are doing search at the Nairobi Land Registry, this is basically the Nairobi region. You create an account in eCitizen platform, then you visit the Ministry of Land and Planning section under the eCitizen platform. I know you can be able to get this fast. Allow me to say it very fast. You have to choose the land search options. I know some of you have renewed your driving license, and this is a simple process. Then you search the title number, the property search, then complete the land search form, and then submit. The next thing you'll be asked for is to pay. This is 550 shillings via M-Pesa. You can also use a credit card and then print the results. The results of the title deed search will help you, of course, ascertain whether the title deed you are searching is genuine or fake. If you have a fake title deed, you can get in touch with a lawyer. They can follow a process. There's a process that is followed, and most likely, if it's a fake title deed, you don't have this is a fraud case. Sometimes it's a criminal case. You can be able to pursue with a lawyer who can be able to help you process by process to be able to recover your money. If there is a misunderstanding, they'll also be able to help you get genuine title deed. The process might be long. I may not be able to share here, but I hope this has been helpful to so many people who have been asking this question. We have posted this information in our website as well. If you go under the blog section, a lot of information, more than I have been able to share. You can go there if you're interested in this topic. You can watch this video for you to be able to see this. We're also going to do a follow-up video after this, maybe a shorter one, with all the information, basic information that you need about this, and I hope you'll be able to watch. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. We bring you this information every Thursday, 2 weeks, fortnightly, and I hope most Kenyans, not just our customers, are able to benefit from the information. We'd like a situation where people are informed, people have information for investment, people avoid situation where they are conned, they get involved in a fraudulent situation, and most importantly, once you invest your money in real estate, you get value for every shilling that you invest into the market. Welcome to Username Investment Limited. As I promised, we have an offer, a Valentine's offer, where you can be able to gift someone this document, this Valentine's. We have many properties. You just need to pay cash between now and this is 18th of this month. And if you pay cash between that period of time, you'll get to a draw where you can be able to win dinner for two to a 5-star hotel. You can take your loved one there. Imagine killing two birds, hitting two birds with one stone. You get to invest, and also as a way of appreciating you, get to win a dinner for two in a 5-star hotel. That's what Username is doing in this month of love, as we tell you about this title deed. Very important document, and we hope you'll feel appreciated from our effort. We value, we celebrate you, and that's where I come to the end. Please don't forget to ask your questions. For those questions that will be asked, we'll be able to answer you using our lawyer, who can be able to give you more information on the same. Thank you so much, and have a good day. I look forward to seeing you in the next show, on the next video.